Makeup and Chill Fridays. Sorry, I need a drink of water real quick. So yeah, I'm just going to be getting ready for Passover dinner. / getting ready to see my boyfriend later. So it's around 3:30 right now, and we're going to eat dinner around 5-ish. So I figured I would start doing my makeup around now. I wanted to do my makeup a little bit late. I wanted to do my makeup around this time anyway. But I was like relaxing in bed before this. I'm just priming my eyes with my Smashbox primer. This is like the only primer I ever use now, ever since I picked it up again. So I would have like stayed in bed longer because I was relaxing in bed earlier. But as I was sitting there, I was like falling asleep so hardcore. I'm like, I need to get up again and eat something. So I did have like some of these like rosemary crackers. They're so good. I love like spiced kind of crackers. Also because I'm an old lady. But they're so good. They're like these bread kind of, like hard bread kind of crackers, and they're so good. I don't even know what you call them. Like bruschetta kind of bread, like circular bread crackers, and I had those with some hummus. And then I just had some good old baby carrots because I never eat them anymore. I know I sound like such an old lady having this stuff, but I needed to eat something. And then we're going to have a big Passover dinner. It's just me, my mom, and my brother. We actually ended up eating a little bit of it last night because I was here last night as well after I got home from work. I haven't had a really eventful week this week. It's just sometimes, I just don't feel like doing stuff with my friends. I actually haven't seen my friends in a while. Not for like at least a week and a half. I just haven't really seen my girlfriends in a little while. Also because no one asks me to do anything, and also because I wanted to save money the past couple of days. So yeah, today I'm just going to be eating dinner with my family, and then I'm going to go to his house. So today I'm going to use the Beautybakerie Proof is in the Pudding eyeshadow palette. I haven't used this in a Makeup and Chill Fridays yet. I think the only time I've used it on camera was for the first impressions that I did. And I really wanted to wear this Lucky brand sweatshirt today in my Makeup and Chill Fridays. I haven't worn it on camera yet, and I haven't used this in a Makeup and Chill Fridays yet. And this is like the only palette I want to use with this sweatshirt. So I'm just going to do a very simple neutral look. I mean, when do I not do that? So we're going to use that guy. I'm just going to take ColourPop's Firefly as my transition super quick, just because I want like a super light transition shade. So I'm just going to work that into my crease super quickly. So yeah, let's catch you guys up on my life. So, I haven't really been doing too much this week. I actually have been having a pretty personal, shitty week. Honestly, like really bad. This past weekend, I don't really want to talk about it on my YouTube channel. It's very personal. I'm just trying to cope with it and move on with my life. So you're not going to be seeing this video until next week. But I'm just saying that I've been having a pretty rough past couple of weeks. I just was having a really bad week the week before this, and then this past weekend was even worse. That it just sucked. So I'm just trying to move on. Don't worry, I'm still with my boyfriend. I didn't lose anyone. It's just very personal. So if you guys want to know anything, you can always private message me. It's just something I don't want to talk about on my channel. Probably no one will private message me anyway, but I'm just saying. So, I feel pretty uninspired on filming lately. I think I said that last week. I filmed the makeup collection tag this past week on like Monday or Tuesday. I was like, why haven't I filmed this video earlier? This was a video I wanted to film for a while on my channel, so I need to film it finally. So I finally did. And I did film a haul because I did accumulate a bunch of Lucky clothing, and this is one of the things I got along with the jeans I'm wearing. this past couple months because I do work at Lucky Brand, so I usually buy all of my clothes there. I haven't really bought clothes from anybody else for the past few months because my mom kind of refuses to spend money on clothes for me right now, or for the past couple of months. She hasn't spent money on clothes for me since like Christmas. So I've bought my own clothes for the past like 4 months from Lucky, so I don't buy as much as I used to. Or because my mom isn't buying me clothes anymore, which is fine. Like, I should be buying my own clothes anyway. So that is it for that. So now I'm going to go into the Beautybakerie palette, and I'm going to take this yellowy mustardy shade, and that one is called Nana Puddin'. And I'm going to put that in my crease because it goes so perfectly with the embroidery on my hoodie. So, what else was I going to talk about? There's like a couple of things I wanted to talk about. After this coming Monday, I'm really not going to be filming too much, to be honest. I have a lot of things coming up for graduation. I can't believe I'm graduating in like 4 weeks. So I have a research paper that I really need to work on. I have 3 weeks to do it. Basically, I haven't really done shit on it. I've only written like the first page. It only has to be 8 pages, which honestly, in a college paper, is a lot easier than like a high school paper that was like 8 to 12 pages. I'm surprised it's not like 20 pages, but 8 pages I feel like isn't difficult. I just have to actually sit down and do it. I was gonna like start working on it again today, and I was gonna start working on it last night, but I was just so sleepy that I just ended up not doing anything still. I was like so determined to work on it yesterday, and then as soon as I took my makeup off last night, I was like so done. I was just so tired. This color is so pretty. So after this Makeup and Chill Fridays, I'm not going to be able to film another one for probably a while, probably for not another 2 weeks, because I actually ended up picking up a shift next Friday for one of my coworkers. She actually doesn't like being scheduled on Fridays, so she told me you can have all of my Fridays, and I was like, I'll do it. But I took her shift next Friday. So I'm working a day shift then, so I'm not going to be recording a Makeup and Chill Fridays that day because I work at 12. I mean, it's not like I couldn't, but I don't want to get up like at 10 a.m. just to be able to film at 10:30. Like, Makeup and Chill Fridays aren't supposed to be like a rushed thing. They're just like me sitting down, talking to you guys, chilling and doing my makeup. And it's like a way to just like, chill and talk. And I just feel like if I do that, it's like turns into a get ready with me. And it's like me getting ready for work. And I just don't want it to be like rushed. So for my crease, like defining shade, I'm going to take Bread Pudding, which is just this really pretty neutral brown. And I'm going to put that in my crease. I'm going to make this a very, very light look. I still might take something on the outer corners. This shade like completely blends into that yellow shade. So let's see if we can take a little bit more. Okay, that's better. It's building up more. I just want it to be a very light look. So I dip into this palette when I can. I don't use it as often as I should because I've just been using the Milani and the Sweet Talk so much. I actually haven't used the Sweet Talk in about 5 days. Not since I used it on this past Sunday when I wore that same shirt that I tested it out for the first time in that spring makeup tutorial with Moment with Chip. So, speaking of filming and Chip and collabs, I did tell you guys that there was going to be a upcoming collab with a few YouTubers. And I suggested this to Exo Marley in a Instagram message. I was like, hey, what do you think of doing like a group collab? What do you think about doing a group collab with like our friends on YouTube? And she was all over the idea. She was like, that's awesome. We should do that. All right, I think I am going to take a little bit of warm cocoa and just put that on the outer corners just because this shade isn't too pigmented or too dark that I feel like it still remains a pretty light look if I use it. It's just such a soft brown, like a warm brown, that I feel like it can get built up to the color that you want rather than it being like a straight up dark brown. So I really like that, just really, really lightly. I'm going to do the same on this eye. So I messaged her about it, and we're going to be doing a group collab. It should be going up right after this video on Saturday, like next Saturday, because this video won't be going up until next Friday. I just uploaded my Makeup and Chill Fridays today that I recorded last week, and this one's for next week. I feel like I need a little bit more, and then I think I'm good. Yeah, like that. So now I'm just going to take my glitter primer and prime my eyes. I feel like the last time I used this palette, I might have used the gold, but I think I used Chia Pudding, but I just really want to use the gold on my lid again, so that's what we're going to do. Just going to prime my eyes. There's only like 4 lid options in this palette, so it's not like overwhelming like other palettes that I was trying out, like the Milani. So, anyway, I talked to her about it, and we started a group message. So we're going to be doing a group collab with, obviously, XO Marley, Moment with Chip, of course, my girl, and 2 of XO Marley's YouTube friends, which are My So-Called Life and I don't know why I can never say it, Confessions of a Makeup Addict. So she's done collabs with them in the past, and the only 2 YouTubers I've done collabs with are Moment with Chip and XO Marley. I did do a collab with XO Marley. And I've done multiple collabs with Moment with Chip because I didn't really know anybody else on YouTube until the past couple of months. Or like even the past month or so. So anyway, we're going to be using the Urban Decay Naked palettes. And I know that might be a little bit basic and boring, but I suggested it at first. I was like, why don't we use, I'm just going to tell you what I'm putting on my lid real quick. I'm going to use Spiced Caramel, which is this beautiful gold shade. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. I've been wanting to wear this eyeshadow palette with this sweatshirt ever since I've gotten this sweatshirt, but for some reason I just haven't had a chance to, so I'm wearing it today. So anyway, we're going to be using the Naked palettes from Urban Decay, and I asked everyone if that sounded good, if anybody else has a different preference of using another brand or just our favorite palettes from Urban Decay. And everybody was like, I'm good with whatever. They're like, it all sounds good. I'm like, okay. That doesn't really help me, like, figure out, like, what you guys prefer. I'm like, I want everybody to tell me if that's okay. Or if anybody else has a different idea, let me know, you know? It's not just it was my idea to do it, but... So that's what we're going to be doing. Everyone just agreed on the Naked palettes. So I wanted to use the Naked Heat palette, and I own about 5 out of the 7 palettes from the Naked palettes. I have 1, 2, and 3. I have the Naked Heat, and I have the Naked Cherry. And I really wanted to use the Naked Heat in my video, or the Naked Cherry, because of course, like, they're the 2 newest palettes. But turns out that Confessions of a Beauty Addict doesn't own any of the other palettes except for Naked Heat. So I kind of like couldn't ask her to like be like, oh, just go buy one of the original ones and then you can use it. So now I'm going to take the shade Rice Pudding, and I'm going to put that on my brow bone. And that's basically it for the palette for now, and then we'll work on the face. But, so she doesn't own any of the other palettes. So I had gotten answers from XO Marley and Chip and My So-Called Life, and they were all deciding like which palettes they wanted to use. So I was really hoping that I could use the Naked Heat palette because Confessions of a Makeup Addict hadn't responded yet. And I honestly just assumed that most people own the the Naked palettes. But maybe there's just some people that aren't like a huge fan of them. Maybe like some people think that the colors are too similar and they just don't need all of them, which is totally fine. I just thought that she would have them. All right, I'm definitely going to go in with these shades again to get them a little bit more pigmented. So I didn't know, and I was like all excited to use the Heat palette, and now I can't use it. But in the end, someone does have to use the original Naked palette because the Naked palette started it all for all these palettes to even come out. I was just hoping that she would use it, but I had no idea that she didn't own it. So XO Marley is the only one that doesn't own that owns, I think, all of them. I mean, that's what I meant to say. So she's the only one that I think owns the Naked Reloaded palette, so she's going to be using that. I was like, you should definitely use the Naked Reloaded palette. That'd be a great choice. So then I really wanted to use the Naked Cherry, but since, I mean, I asked Chip if she's actually filmed with, I told her, like, well, I knew that she hasn't filmed, why can't I talk? I knew that she hadn't filmed with the Naked Cherry palette yet, so I was like, I would love to see a Naked Cherry palette look from you, but then since when I found out that Confessions of a Makeup Addict doesn't own any of the other ones, I was like, Chip, is there any way if you want to swap out another palette to use, like a different Naked palette? And she was like, I've actually not used or haven't had a chance to use the Cherry palette yet. So I was like, oh, well, I really want to give her a chance to use it because, you know, it would kind of suck if she wasn't able to use it at any point. What is going on with this lid shade right now? Alright, that's better. I think that's good for now. Yeah, I like how that's turning out. It doesn't have to be perfect today. It really isn't a big deal today. So she's going to be using the Naked Cherry palette. And then obviously Confessions of a Makeup Addict is going to... Confessions of a Makeup Addict. Can you talk? Is going to be using the Naked Heat. And then My So-Called Life is going to be using the Naked 3. Which I probably would have picked the Naked 3 myself as like my third choice. But I do love the original Naked palette as well. So I'm going to be using the OG palette and creating like a boring ass neutral look. But hey, it's a beautiful palette. So now I'm just going to grab my face stuff. Okay, so now let's jump into my face. So we're going to be doing that collab and I'm super excited about it. I'm probably going to film it. Or, oh, I forgot to grab my NYX spray. Whoops. Okay, sorry, my bad. I just literally had to go in my bathroom for like 2 seconds and get it. So let me spray my face. I wasn't going to wear foundation today, but my face has been doing so well from my new skincare. Like, do you guys see? Like, it might be a little bit red today, but honestly, all of these breakouts are fading. I'm just going to be using my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer just because you guys know I have to use this up. I'm mostly going to be using a lot of the same products on my face that I used last week. But these are just products I don't want to work on using up completely. That's why I usually use them on Fridays. And I love this primer just for like really light foundation days. It just feels so good. But I've been recently going back to an oil to take off my makeup, and I think I'm going to be doing a updated skincare routine video. I mean, I've had a couple of people request that. So I think I'm definitely going to do that very soon. Those are probably the only other videos I'm going to be uploading, because I'm really not going to have time to upload anything else. I feel like this crease is more pigmented than the other side, and it's really annoying me. So when I actually look at it up close, it looks fine. Just wanted to put a little bit more of that brown shade, and now I think that looks better. Yeah. Okay, that's better. So now for my face, I'm just going to be taking my Physicians Formula again. Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. And, oh my god. Why am I getting foundation in my hair? Sorry, it was just in my face, so yeah. I feel like I'm committing suicide, like not having a tissue in my lap right now, because this one can get a little bit all over the place if you dip the applicator a lot. Right, I'm not going to try and put too much on my neck because I am wearing a hoodie. So, yeah. Okay, so that should be enough. We're not going for anything too glamorous. But I am trying to use that foundation up. And I haven't used it since that video. So I'm just going to use it. I'm just going to blend it on my neck first. Just so it doesn't just sit there. Can't even see anything, to be honest. But I didn't want to use that L'Oreal one again. I just feel like it didn't give me enough coverage. I don't know. I feel like it's dried out already. This is just still my favorite, like, coverage foundation. Besides, like, the Bare Minerals one. I've been loving that one, too. So I'm definitely going to update an updated skincare routine for my morning and for my nighttime skincare. And then I was reading some of my comments from, like, my older videos because I was watching, like, my handbag collection. Because I've been really into luxury kind of hauls on YouTube recently, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I read one of my subscribers' old requests, and she told me I should do a morning morning routine. And I thought that'd be a really fun video to do too. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Because again, I'm just feeling very uninspired right now. Like, I thought, like, the train wouldn't stop because I was having a lot of, like, good content. I was, like, busting out ideas left and right of what I wanted to do. And now I just feel like I'm kind of slowing down and I don't really, like, know what to film recently. I mean, it's refreshing to do these, like, Makeup and Chill Friday videos because they're scheduled, but, and I do them every Friday, but it's just sometimes you kind of get uninspired. So for my concealer, I'm going to be using my trusty Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. My skin feels like super, like, oily-ish from the, not like oily, but like oily-ish from the primer. It's just a very nourishing primer. It kind of feels like a facial oil. So I'm just going to buff that in. So, and I was reading one of her comments on my Coach bag collection video, and she said it would be really cool if you did a morning routine. So I think that would be fun. But I'm definitely going to do a nighttime skincare routine, like a get unready with me kind of thing. I might do that. And I also just saw like Moment with Chip's recent nighttime skincare video. But I've been thinking about doing an updated nighttime and daytime skincare for a while now because people have been asking me. So, and I have changed up my skincare a lot. I don't use Lush products anymore. I use all new stuff. And I really have seen a difference in my skin. That's why like I'm not like as hesitant to wear foundation every day because since my skin is doing so well with my new skincare, it doesn't really break out as much or pretty much at all. I'll get like a breakout here and there. Like I just got this new one last night. I don't know why. I did use my lactic acid last night though because I haven't exfoliated my skin in like a week. So maybe it was that. I don't know. Let me see if it looks good on my nose. Yeah. Oh, God. This foundation, every time I use it, it looks so perfect. It never looks bad. It's one of those foundations like the Lancome, the Burberry, the maybe what's the other one? There's definitely another one. Is that a siren or an airplane? I'm very confused as to what that sound is. I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's like outside. I know that's an airplane, but there's something else coming from here, and I don't know what that sound is. And the reason why I wanted to do my makeup now is that I feel like we're going to be eating, or at least starting, like, our mini Seder. We do, like, an abridged version of a Seder. We don't, like, go through, like, the whole 2-hour thing. We don't fast. We just read certain excerpts from the Haggadah, and then we eat. We're such, like, reformed Jews. We just like to eat on certain holidays. Okay, so that's pretty much done. But yeah, my boyfriend asked me when he wanted me to, when I wanted him to pick me up. Why is it so hard for me to say that? And I told him it's just easier if I drive today because, I don't know if I said this already, because it's Passover and I just didn't want to make him pick me up after 5 today. He doesn't like picking me up that late sometimes, even though he used to do that. He used to make me wait all the time for him. Like, the past year or so, he's been really good about it. So now I'm just going to set my eyes super lightly with my Thrive Cosmetics powder. This is still my favorite. I use it so much. It's just such a good under eye powder, and I also love it for setting my face as well. But it has such a beautiful, like, blurring effect that it's, like, one of my favorites. I forgot to grab my liner for my waterline, so let me do that. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God, Caitlin. I almost dropped this with it open onto my pants. But it like tipped like this a little bit, and I went like this. Just closed it. So, thank God it didn't get anywhere, but that was really dumb. Oh my God. Isn't it amazing how I'm alive? Like, isn't it like crazy? I just feel like setting my face really quick because my face still feels very oily from that. I'm just going to take my Giorgio Armani. You guys know I've been trying to use this up. So I use it like pretty much every day. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'm almost done with it. I'm keeping the faith. Hopefully I'll be done with it. Sorry, my dogs go crazy when anybody comes home. So Luna loves to bark at my brother when he gets home. I'm just grabbing the nude liner for my waterline. And then I'll grab blush bronzer highlight after that. So for my waterline, I don't think I'm going to smudge anything today. I'm just being super lazy. So I'm just going to take the Honey Dude, not the Honey Dude, the Risque waterline eyeliner from MAC, and I'm just going to run that underneath my eyes on my waterline. It looks like powder. I know I probably should use more shades out of there, but I'm just so lazy about it, so it's really not a big deal. I'm just going to take an inner corner highlight though, of course. So I'm just going to take the shade Butterscotch, which is right here, and I'm going to pop that on my inner corners. If I don't do my lower lash line, I always put on an inner corner highlight. Like, I can't live without an inner corner highlight. Rarely, like twice a year, I'll forget. Because I'll be in such a rush, I'll forget to put an inner corner highlight on. But it'll only happen like twice a year. I'm just going to pop Butterscotch on my inner corners. It's such a pretty shade. So pretty. I just want this look to be really simple. I love how I put on an outer corner shade, but I didn't bother with the lower lash line today. Even though I feel like I kind of need something on the lower lash line, I might smudge like a color like super quickly. I swear, this side really bothers me sometimes. It just doesn't highlight as properly as the other side does. Like, do you see this side compared to this side? Like, do you understand that? Because I don't. It really is annoying. Like, this side is like blinding, and this side takes like 20 times to build up the actual color. Alright, so I'm going to take just a little bit of bread pudding, and I'm just going to smudge that really lightly underneath the lower lash line. Like, really, really lightly, just to add a tiny bit of dimension. That is so pretty. Just like that. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the eyes. Now I'm just going to do mascara. Okay, so for the mascara, I'm going to take the... I kind of need a lash primer with this, though. Sorry I keep on getting up. I'm just going to take my Chanel lash primer. I know, super bougie with like a really cheap mascara. But I just feel like this one needs a little bit of... My face feels so nourished, it's like weird. I'm going to take some of this because I feel like the L'Oreal Paradise Mascara needs a little bit of lash primer. So I saw this tip on Kathleen Light's channel yesterday, and then I'll talk about luxury hauls. But she actually did a makeup tutorial recently that I finally watched. Because I wasn't super interested in watching it, but then I saw... Don't tell me we're having dinner already. Are you kidding me right now? Alright, so apparently we're eating now, so I'm just going to do my mascara really quick. For some reason, we're eating like ridiculously early. So I'm just taking the L'Oreal one. I think that did help quite a bit. To just leave it on your lashes for like a minute before you go actually in with the mascara. I think that did help a lot. Alright, so I'm just going to leave my makeup like that for now because I have to go eat dinner because it is Passover, so. I really don't know why we're eating this early. She's like, because I have to work at 6. I'm like, it's 4:15. We do like a 20-minute Seder and then we eat. So I thought we were going to eat at like 5. It's really fucking ridiculous sometimes. I mean, for my boyfriend's mom, she like make Easter dinner at like 4 p.m. too. But I just really didn't think we were going to eat this fucking early. Or whatever. Just want to separate my lashes a little bit. Alright, so we'll just talk about luxury hauls when I get back. But that really did help the mascara, like, a lot. Alright, so I'm gonna go eat now. Just want to wipe off that mascara. Alright, I'll be right. Alright, so I just ate Passover dinner, so I'm just gonna finish getting ready. So I was up to bronzer when my mom asked us to eat. So I'm just gonna take my Milani baked bronzer in the shade Dolce. I'm just gonna use that really, really quickly to give myself a light bronze. I just texted my boyfriend to tell him that I was gonna be leaving within the next like 15 minutes, but I thought we were gonna be eating, you know. I don't feel like putting my hair back up again, so I'm just gonna leave it down. It's not really a huge deal. I don't even know why I'm putting this much work into my makeup. I kind of forgot to cover up that little mark, but I don't really care. I'm like so lazy right now. That little breakout that I got last night. Alright, so I don't know if he fell asleep for a little while, but I did tell him I was going to be leaving. Oh, okay, good. He just answered me. Okay, so for blush, I am going to take a little bit of both of these from Wet n Wild. I think I'm going to take Rose Champagne first. I just wanted something basic and peachy, so when do I not usually use those type of blushes? So I'm going to apply Rose Champagne first. Oh yeah, so I have been watching like luxury makeup hauls recently. And if you guys didn't know, like one of my first loves besides makeup were designer handbags. And I always like grew up with like a privileged childhood, and my mom would buy us Coach bags and stuff. I'm just going to layer it a little bit with apricot in the middle. Like, I was privileged to have parents that could buy me stuff that I really wanted. And, you know, it was amazing. But I do like watching, like, luxury makeup hauls. I think I'm going to use this highlighting palette today. I'm going to go in with the Smashbox and Casey Holmes Spotlight palette. And I'm just going to mix all 3 of the shades together. I was going to use Nikki Tutorials, but I think I'm going to use this tomorrow or another day. But I'm going to take the Spotlight palette. I haven't used this in a little while, so I kind of want to use it today. So I'm just going to mix all 3 of the shades together. I think the last time I used this was like in a Makeup and Chill Fridays like a month ago. And I think that's the last time I actually wore it. So I'm just going to highlight with this. And what I've been doing lately is, since I haven't been setting that area, it's just been like helping my highlight like so much more. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones with those. So I've been watching like a few like high-end luxury hauls because sometimes, you know, beauty YouTubers don't always post every day. And I started watching the Ariana Grande lookalikes channel. What's her name? I think it's called like Luxury Vlogs by, I can't remember her first name. Casey, maybe? Maybe I just have Casey on my mind because I'm using the Casey Holmes palette. But this palette is so pretty. Like, look how gorgeous that is. Oh, I can see it in the mirror here, and it looks frigging stunning. Such a beautiful formula. It just gets so much kick up, but I love this palette. Okay, and then I'm just going to spray my face with the Flower Beauty Dewy and Smooth Dewy Finish Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. And while that's drying, I'm going to do my brows really quick. I forgot to grab my brow products. I thought I grabbed that, but I guess not. So I was watching her channel, and then I kind of just got sucked into watching some of her videos. And I do like her taste, and I love watching like super girly like YouTubers. I love that. Honestly, I would probably have that too, like a bunch of pink bags and like a Chanel or like a Louis Vuitton. Like my dream was always to have a Louis Vuitton Speedy. I've like been wanting a Louis Vuitton Speedy for like most of my life. I'm going to tell you guys a story about it though. I'm probably going to do more story time videos possibly. And I have to tell you guys the story of when I've had a Louis Vuitton bag for 2 days. I think that's what I'm going to call it. And I'm going to tell that whole story. So I'm going to grab a little bit more water. This is the one I was currently finishing while I was filming. And then this is the one from dinner. So, yeah. You guys know I always want to be hydrated. And then, I put away my bottom lash mascara too. Dang it. And also leaving the primer on my lashes for a little while and then going in with mascara really did help the mascara apply a lot better. So I'm going to take that and put it on my lower lash line. I don't know why I'm rushing so much. Like, I actually was finished a lot earlier because, like, I did tell him I was going to be there around 5:36. It's 5:30 right now, and honestly, if we would have eaten later, I guess I would have been there later but again, I would have been finished filming by 5 o'clock, and then I would have just eaten and left. Okay, so that's good for the lower lash line. Alright, and then for the lipstick, so I've been watching like, you know, like Louis Vuitton hauls or like Chanel hauls and stuff like that, and it's just fun to watch. Maybe I'm a little bit jealous of these people, but at the same time, like, I pretty much buy myself whatever I want, and like when I can, like when I get my tax return, I have money to buy stuff that I want. And honestly, I probably could have bought a Louis Vuitton at this point with my tax return money, but I decided to put it towards makeup. I just feel like it's not really practical for me to own one anytime soon still. I feel like it's better like for women that are, you know, in their 30s and 40s. I just feel like I'm not mature enough to own a Louis Vuitton yet because I feel like I just would cherish it so much and I would be so worried about someone like stealing it or something that I just want to be ready to have one, you know? I don't know if that sounds weird, but I feel like since I've matured so much more since I had one, I feel like that's my mindset now. So for my lips, and I will definitely tell you guys that story when in another video. So I'm just going to take Lime Crime's lip liner in the shade Angel and line my lips with that. I probably don't even need a lip liner with this lipstick because it's like pretty matte, the one that I'm going in with. I know that I use like basically a pinky toned or a nude lip in like most of these Makeup and Chill Fridays videos, but I have been so into just regular lipsticks lately. I haven't really used that many liquid lipsticks in the past like maybe month or so. Because I don't really wear my makeup for as long as I used to. And I just want my lips to be comfortable. That'll just go in with a regular lipstick. So I got this lipstick in my latest haul. And this is the L'Oreal Color Riche Matte Lipstick in the shade 983 Utmost Taupe. So I'm going to apply that on my lips. I've only used this once since I've gotten it, and I used it all day like on Wednesday, so I'm going to use it today. And I haven't used it on camera yet, so I want to use it. But yeah, it's just been fun like watching those type of hauls on YouTube. But it does make me envy them a little bit, and like I kind of wish I could go and buy myself my own Chanel bag or a L'Oreal bag. As I'm talking about a L'Oreal lipstick. Louis Vuitton bag. But I will make it happen at some point. I don't know who's calling me again. I always get these random ass phone numbers. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. So I actually really like the formula of this L'Oreal lipstick. It is a bit drying. I mean, of these L'Oreal matte lipsticks. But the only thing is that it has a very strong scent to it. Which I know like their liquid lipsticks and like their lip glosses have like this kind of scent too, but they're not as strong as this one. Like they're a little bit more faint. This one just smells like very perfumey. That's the only thing I would say I don't love about it, because if as I apply more, I feel like it's like too overwhelming with the scent. But I do really like the formula. Alright. So I think that's pretty good. It doesn't really need to be perfect today. How am I going to wipe it off in an hour anyway? Even though I already ate, I'm still going to end up wiping it off anyway. It is going to rain tonight. It was like 70 degrees today, and I was like, maybe I should wear something else. But then it's supposed to drop in temperature. Not like too much, only like 10 degrees or something. But I was like, oh, it's like 70 degrees. It's summer, and then it's supposed to get colder later. So I'm just going to brush my hair, and then I'll show you guys the final look. Alright, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Here are the eyes. It's probably like pretty much the same look I did in my first impressions video. I think I did use this gold all over my lid when I first used the palette, but you know, it's like a couple weeks later, and I just was really wanting to use this gold on my lid with this sweatshirt. So sorry if it's repetitive, but I'll probably do a different look with it later down the road next month. Okay, and then these are the cheeks, which I love this highlighter, and of course, you know I love the Wet n Wild blushes. And then the lips, which I really am enjoying this L'Oreal formula. Like I said, since I've never tried their lipsticks before, like their regular lipsticks, I really wanted to try one. So that is it, you guys. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Let me know if you have any opinions about what I was talking about below, like about luxury YouTubers and stuff like that. But yeah, what I was saying before is that I was like asking my mom, like, why were we eating so early? And she was like, because I didn't want to have indigestion after I ate, and I have work at 6. And I was like, I thought we were going to eat around 5. But then she wanted to eat around like 4:30. But we didn't really eat until almost like 4:50 anyway, because we were doing like an abridged version of our Seder. And then I was like, sorry, like I thought that we were eating later. And then I was just a little bit annoyed because I was in the middle of filming. And I was ready to do my bronzer, blush, and highlight, but it's fine. It's not like it really matters. So, yeah, I hope everyone has a happy Passover and a happy Easter. I'm obviously not going to be uploading this video for like another week, but I hope everyone enjoys their holiday, and I hope everyone has a good one. So, yeah, bye, guys.